Shalom. Shalom Yasharala. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praises unto YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. Double honors unto the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. And shalom unto the hopeful elect scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. May you endure until the end. All right? And we're getting closer and closer every day, Yasharala. All right? Like the brother Montazak Banyamyan be saying on his, he got those videos with the animations and stuff. All right? There's a scripture that says, well, it's not a scripture, but he says every day we get closer. Every day is one day closer to our enemy Esau's downfall. All right? Which is a beautiful thing, So, hey, today is another day that we are closer. We are one day closer to our enemy Esau's downfall, Yasharala. All right? And, of course, in this video, I want to talk about, as the title says, something along the lines of good and evil, right? Because the Lord creates both of these things, all right? And it's a common misconception, especially in the Christian church, all right? And anywhere where Esau, Edom is the one controlling the narrative, all right? That says, well, the Lord is only good and he doesn't do evil and he's all about love, forgiveness, mercy, and all that. But at the end of the day, the Lord is a just God. So if you do some bullshit, hey, you're going to be punished for it, man. All right, these Edomites think they're going to get away with slavery. No, you're not going to get away with slavery, Esau. All right? So, yeah, the Lord ain't going to just let bygones be bygones, man. The Lord's going to bring those people back who did the slavery. He's going to bring them back through the reincarnation. All right? And they're going to serve slavery to us, the Israelites, who went through slavery. All right? Them and their children. All right? These Edomite peons out here that are benefiting from slavery, hey, you going into slavery too. So at the end of the damn day, live it up because, hey, Yahawashi is coming for you, Esau. All right? But, I wanted to go into some scriptures, Yasharala, because, hey, the Lord is not all about good, all right, and love. The Lord is also about evil and about judgment, man. Not wicked evil like these Edomites, but righteous judgment, all right? So we're going to go ahead and start off with Sirach chapter 5 and verse 6. And it says, and say not his mercy is great, he will be pacified for the multitude of my sins. See? And this is what a lot of y'all out here be saying, man. I was talking to a Judite brother, all right, about the things of the Lord. Brother I work with, cool guy and all that, but hey, he be into that, dealing shit, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I'm talking about. I can't say a lot on the platform, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, a lot of you jakes out there dealing drugs and shit to your own people, and you think the Lord's just gonna forgive you for that, man? You're creating a huge ripple effect in your community, destroying your own people, man. Because I promise you, jakes out there ain't selling that to Edomites. All right? And even if you are selling it to Edomites, man, you're giving them, you're putting out a bad example, Because at the end of the day, the scriptures say not to, what does it say? It says, sorcery is considered a sin, right? Sorcery, the use of drugs, pharmakia, all right, which that's what Esau pushes through his industries out here, the pharmaceuticals, right? You're not supposed to be taking Esau's example, Jake. So even if you are only selling to Edomites, it doesn't matter, man. It's still a sin. We don't need to be doing that shit out there. All right? So say not, his mercy is great. He will be pacified for the multitude of my sins. You see, and the people who have this attitude, guess what, man? They're people that believe the Lord is all about love and forgiveness. No, the Lord is not all about love and forgiveness. All right? As the next part states, for mercy and wrath come from him, and his indignation resteth upon sinners. You see that? Let's go ahead And we're going to get this in the blue letter, okay? As Elder Apostle Tahar and many others of Great Millstone, to get the full understanding, we got to, oh yeah, Salak. This is not in the Apocrypha. There's it's very difficult to get the original Greek in the Apocrypha. So we're just going to have to go with the English definition here. Indignation. All right. What does it say? Anger or annoyance provoked by what is perceived as unfair treatment. See that, Yasharallah? All right. And it is very unfair because, you know, we as Israelites, we're the wife of Yahawashi. So we're supposed to be faithful to him. You see, we're out here worshiping other gods, doing drugs, selling drugs. All right. Being proud. All that is a form of idolatry, man. Lusting after women that have a man. All right. That woman belongs to another man. That's another man's possession. See? Lusting after another man's wealth. That's all idolatry at the end of the damn day. All right. And that's unfair to YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. So, of course, he's going to be annoyed and pissed off. All right. And you don't want that smoke, Yasharallah. You don't want that smoke from our power, YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. All right. So if it's not clear enough, let's go to Amos 3 and verse 6. All right. What does it say? Shall a trumpet be blown in the city and the people not be afraid? Because again, in the ancient times, the Israelites would blow a trumpet. Kind of like when you hear on the news and it goes, dun, 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 breaking news. That's our modern trumpet, you see? Shall a trumpet be blown in the city and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in a city and the Lord, YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, hath not done it? All right, it's a rhetorical question, man. Because obviously, reading the context here, the Lord did it, man. Shall there be evil in a city and YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI hath not done it? You see? You know? And we getting ready to look into it, man. But right here, you know, you could just read the headline. It says 41 women die in grisly riot in Honduran prison, man. 41 women. Some articles say 46, a little bit more. But does it really matter? Because at the end of the day, you know, these women, hey, women ain't exempt from judgment either. All right, so don't think just because you're a woman and you get, you know, society panders to you, guess what? YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI ain't going to pander to you, women. So you better be on your best behavior. All right? Hey, the Lord don't discriminate. Man, woman, child, it don't matter. All right? Why do you think those children dying from Planned Parenthood, why do you think that happens? The scriptures say whoever died being innocent. Those children that died in the womb, they're facing judgment again, man. They died and the Lord brought them back only to be killed in the womb. See, you can't escape judgment of YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. All right? Then the scriptures say the Lord is terrible in his dealings with the, let's get that real quick. With the children of men. Let's get that real quick. All right, Psalm 66 and verse 5. Come and see the works of the Most High. He is terrible in his doing toward the children of men. He is terrible in his doing toward the children of men. 41 women shot up in a prison. See? And of course, we got the implosion of that submarine, man. All right, but we gonna get into it. I just want to get a few precepts real quick first, and it's gonna make a lot more sense. Yasharallah. Amos 3 and 6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in a city, and the Lord YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI hath not done it? Come on, man. Wake up, man. Hey, the Lord ain't gonna be so nice for very long. Yasharallah. All right. There's a limit to how much bullshit you get away with before that judgment come on you, man. Hey, let's go to Isaiah 45 And let's start with verse 5. We'll get 5 through 7 is really what I'm looking for. But really, let's see, Isaiah 45. And we'll just scroll down here. Verse 5, it says, I am Yahawah, and there is none else. There is no God beside me. I girded thee, though thou hast not known me, that they may know from the rising of the sun and from the west. Because, of course, in these last days, the Lord had ordained for us to be in the west. Israelites, a lot of you Israelites are living in Babylon the Great, North America, but really Babylon the Great is so-called America, okay, or the USA. It says that they may know from the rising of the sun and from the west that there is none beside me. I am Yahawah, and there is none else. All right? So the Lord wants y'all to know that, hey, I am the only God at the end of the day, man. Verse 7, I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, Yahawah, do all these things. You see? So when you see a riot and a bunch of people get killed, the Lord did it. All right? When you see somebody jumps out of a boat and, someone else saved them, hey, the Lord saved them. You see? Good and evil is done by Yahawah, and there is none else. All right? Judgment cometh from the Heavenly Father at the end of the day. All right? And of course, the Lord will send angels and spirits, okay, or angels and demons to do his bidding. But at the end of the day, Yahawah gets all the credit, man, because Yahawah did it. Verse 8. Well, that's going into something else. So anyway, yeah, y'all get the point, Yasharallah. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, Yahawah, do all these things. You see? There's no other God but Yahawah. All right? So let's go ahead and move it. Keep it moving. All right? Because again, I just mentioned that the Lord does send spirits. So I want to prove that with Sirach chapter 39. And we're going to start with we're just going to do let's go to verse 28. All right. And it says, let's see what it said before that. All these things are for good to the godly, so to the sinners they are turned to evil. All right, verse 28 is the point. There be spirits that are created for vengeance. You see? Yashrallah. And animals have spirits too. So, somebody going to the woods, all proud, not respecting the Lord's creation, and a bear mauls them. Hey, the Lord did it, right? Through that spirit that was created for vengeance. All right? It could have been something else they done did. And the Lord had them die from that bear. See? There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which are in their fury lay on sore strokes. Okay, so which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. Who made them? YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. See? All right. So these, these wild beasts, they created for vengeance. A lot of them. All right. And let's actually look at some of these stories real quick, man. Y'all know about this kid. I think his name was Caleb. His name really doesn't matter, but this kid basically, he's on a cruise ship, just turned 18 or whatever, or 18 and just graduated high school. There he is with like his date or whatever. graduated high school, celebrating graduation. He's on a cruise ship to the Bahamas, all right? And it just so happens that the place that the ship happens to be at is shark-infested waters. And someone dared him to jump out of the boat. And, young kid was probably, drunk or high or both. And he run out and jump off the cruise ship, man. Start swimming for a few seconds. Next thing you know, he gets pulled under by a damn shark, man. Eaten alive. You see? This is you can see by the look on his pictures, man, this is a proud person, man. Young guy, very proud, thinks everything is the world revolves around him type of dude, full of life, and this isn't to talk down on him. It's just telling you the truth, man. At the end of the day, hey, whoever died being innocent, all right, the Lord put that spirit on him to jump out of the boat to get himself killed, man. And then the Lord put the spirit on that shark to eat this kid alive, man. Because at the end of the day, hey, what does it say? Come and see the works of the Most High. He is terrible in his doing toward the children of men. All right? So this is another example, Yasharallah, of why you absolutely need to fear, and I mean fear, the Lord, YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. All right? Let's go to Psalm 78 and 49 real quick. All right? And we're going to get more examples. Okay? And this, if you read this whole chapter, it's talking about, the Egyptians, all right? Let's actually get some context real quick, Yasharallah. Start with verse 40. How oft did they provoke him in the wilderness, right? Speaking of the Israelites, when the Lord led them through the wilderness, okay, after they escaped from the Egyptian Pharaoh who had them in chains and slavery, okay? And grieve him in the desert, right? Yeah, because the Lord let them out, showed them all these miracles, and they were in the desert complaining because it's hot outside, or complaining because the Lord didn't give them the food when they wanted. The Lord gave them food when the Lord wanted, but they were like, we have to wait and all this stuff, just typical nigga behavior, man. How oft did they provoke him in the wilderness and grieve him in the desert? Yea, they turned back and tempted the Most High and limited the Holy One of Israel. They remembered not his hand nor the day when he delivered them from the enemy. All right, and that's why I tell you, brothers, to read Exodus chapter 20 and verse 1 through 17. That's the 10 Commandments. And the first thing it says is, I am Yahweh, thy power, which brought thee up out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. And then the next verse, thou shalt have no other powers before me, right? Or thou shalt have no other gods before me. All right, because the Lord has to remind us, man, because we're rock-headed, man. We're stiff-necked people. So if you stiff-neck, what is the key? Repetition every day. Repetition is the key, Yasharallah. So yeah, be reading the law every day, the 10 Commandments every morning when you wake up. Because you're going to forget, man. Next thing you know, you drooling over some woman while she walking by with her man. And the Lord going to put you to death for that, man. So, hey, fear YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. All right, and what does it say? Verse 42, they remember not his hand nor the day when he delivered them from the enemy. Now he had wrought his signs in Egypt and his wonders in the field of Zoan, and had turned their rivers into blood, right? So now the Lord's going into the examples of how he attacked the enemies of our people, man. The people who were enslaving us, the Lord punished them. It says how he had wrought his signs in Egypt and his wonders in the field of Zoan, and had turned their rivers into blood and their floods that they could not drink. He sent divers diverse sort of flies among them. So all type of insects, man. Nasty creeping things which devoured them, and frogs which destroyed them, man. So the Lord sent so many frogs, it destroyed the people, man. He gave also their increase unto the caterpillar, and their labor unto the locust. He destroyed their vines with hail, and their sycamore trees with frost. Look at that, and we didn't, I don't even remember reading that in the Old Testament. Maybe it's in there, but see, this is why you need to read the scriptures precept upon precept, so you could get the full puzzle, right? It's all a puzzle. You got to put it together, right? He destroyed their vines with hail, and their sycamore trees with frost. He gave up their cattle also to the hail, and their flocks to hot thunderbolts, man. So they were getting put to death by thunder, all right? And that's a common thing, a form of judgment that the Edomites like to talk about. Like when they mock the Lord, they say, oh, you're going to get struck down, by the Lord, by lightning. And then they make fun of, people that used to say that, like, oh, see, back in the day, people used to think that lightning was the Lord. Now we know that it's electricity. It's like, nigga, we know it's electricity, but it's also the Lord. It's not rocket science, all right? Esau want to act like when he figures something out, like it's a new thing, Yeah, the Lord sends lightning. The Lord sends bugs, all right? I'm sure the Egyptians were like, the Lord, yeah, that's like saying, oh, see, the bees that are biting people and killing them, or the people that starve, that wasn't the Lord, that was just starvation, or though that was just bees, or oh, that was just frogs. See, but you're foolish, man, because you don't know that the Lord sends these things, all right? Just like those lightning bolts that killed a lot of people back in the day, and still do to this day, all right? And verse 49 is the point. He cast upon them the fierceness of his wrath. He cast upon them the fierceness of his anger, wrath, and indignation, and trouble, by sending evil angels among them. You see? All right, so these demons and devils, you see, they're not the opposition of the Lord. They're not fighting the Lord. They work for Yahawah at the end of the day. Because the Bible, there's a bigger picture to all this. It's not like the Lord is fighting the devil and, it's an even opponent and they're neck and neck. That's how the Christian church wants to make it seem. And the Lord's just barely going to win at the end. See, you people are foolish, man. All right? The devil works for Yahawah. All right? We had to be subject unto sin, so that, we could be tried in the furnace of adversity, and the Lord will prove us. And then at the end, we get the kingdom. All right? So, yeah, the evil must be done, and that's why the evil angels are sent. All right? So let's read that again. Psalm 78 and 49. He cast upon them the fierceness of his anger, wrath, and indignation, and trouble, by sending evil angels among them. All right? And so, and the Lord did that to who? All right, to Israel's enemies, man, sending evil angels among them. All right, and the evil angels could be any type of evil angels, man. It could be lying spirits, it could be spirits of confusion, spirits of stupidity. All right, think about these people right here, man. All right, if these people haven't even gotten in this ship and they were just on the news or on TV, life, business as usual, and people knew who they were and what they were about, I'm sure people would be talking mad shit, these billionaires, man, to hell with these billionaires. We need to just, throw them in the ocean, But now that it actually happened, now everyone's like, oh, you got to feel bad because they have families and all that. But what about the families of the Israelites, man? What about the families that get fucked over and die every day on the streets because these people here want to hoard wealth? You see? At the end of the day, the Lord killed them. Why? I don't know why. And we don't know either. But who are we to judge the Lord and say, oh, it's a terrible thing. It's a bad thing. Yeah, it's terrible. But it had to happen. It was the Lord's will. It was the Lord YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI's will, man. All right? The Lord put a spirit of of exceeding stupidity in all 5 of these people's heads, man. The Lord brought evil angels among them, sent them to the bottom of the ocean in a tin can, driven by a PlayStation controller. And it's not even a PlayStation controller, it's an off-brand PlayStation controller, man, showing you that, hey, that was definitely a spirit of stupidity, man. And then on top of that, the dude was cutting corners like crazy, fired an engineer because, he told him something he didn't like. A billionaire, but he's still trying to save money. Imagine having all that money and you still trying to save money, man. You still trying to cut corners, all right? And you could tell the dude was proud. Look at the proud look on his face, man. He won't even take your advice if you are an engineer who's been working for 20, 30 years to tell you, hey, man, you can't build a submarine out of carbon fiber, man. It's not trustworthy. And he's like, I don't believe you. Fired him, goes down there, and catastrophic implosion. Boom. They got crushed to nothing. You see? Because the wrath of the Lord sits upon the people of his indignation, man. All right, these and a lot of these were Edomites too. All right, so hey, you Israelites shouldn't even feel bad at all, because they died a quick death at the end of the day. A lot of you Israelites, you weren't so fortunate back in the day, beaten to death, beheaded, hung, just for looking at a white girl, right? So-called white girl, an Edomite woman. That's really what they are, Edomites. You look at one of them, oh, he scared me, put him to death. And they would do it. But now y'all over here crying and cooning for the goddamn Edomites. Y'all need to, hey, this is why we filter all the news through the scriptures at the end of the day, right? Because the news will have you over here crying and sighing about these people. And of course, yeah, it's we're all human. You're gonna feel, oh damn, that they must be going through hell. There's an empathy in there, but at the end of the day, logic has to take over and say, all right, at the end of the day, these Edomites deserved it. They did something to piss the Lord off, and the Lord put them to death, and so be it. All right, and I'm with the Lord on this, man. At the end of the day, if the Lord did it, hey, I'm with it. All right, call halal YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI for that. All right, and for everybody, judgment, man, including my own. All right, hey, I'm being judged for what I did in the past life. All right, my life hasn't been easy. It's been hard. All right, and a lot of you brothers, man, I ain't the only one. A lot of you brothers out there going through hell, man. All right, but really, hey, this shows you, this whole story and all these TikToks and all these people on YouTube, and then you got the people making jokes and people crying about it, Hey, that just shows you who's soft and who's hard at the end of the day, man. This is really nothing to cry about at the end of the day, man. You have more people dying from more horrific shit, but because they made a damn story out of it, you fools are out here bawling your eyes out, crying, praying for these people, man, when the Lord himself is the one who sent them out there to be killed, man. All right? And this is why it's important to fear YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, because if you fear him, you will gain knowledge. By reading the scriptures, you will gain wisdom, and you won't be confused when these events happen. You won't be thinking about it all night. It's not a big deal at the end of the day, Yasharallah. All right? So let's keep going. I want to grab another scripture here. And this is for those people that think, well, that was the Old Testament. The Lord done changed. The Lord is different now because of Jesus. He's different because of Jesus. No, he's not different. Malachi 3:6, for I am Yahawah, I change not. You see, because if the Lord changed, guess what? Hey, Israelites, we ain't going to get the kingdom. If the Lord changed, we ain't getting the kingdom. All right? Because what it say in the next part of the verse? It says, therefore ye sons of Jacob are not consumed. All right? We ain't been consumed, man. The Lord's kept us apart from the other heathen nations. All right? He hasn't cut us off. All right? We're here, man. We're still here, Yasharallah, and we're going to be here to get the kingdom. Now, 2/3 of you going to get cut off, right? But the 144,000, the elect, all right? Through the elect, through the loins of the elect, They're going to be having a lot of sex with the women that survive this shit. And guess what? The 2/3 that die, you're going to come right back. Because the scriptures say the Lord will hasten it in this day, right? So again, Malachi 3 and 6 for the white Jesus worshipers. For I am Yahawah, I change not. Therefore ye sons of Jacob are not consumed. All right. And again, we're going to touch on some of these topics a little more, Yasharallah. Let's go to Sirach, chapter 39, and we're going to go to verse 30. All right. And it says, teeth of wild beasts and scorpions and the sword, punishing the wicked to destruction. You see? Let's get a little context here. Verse 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance. You see, the spirit of the animals that we was talking about earlier, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. Fire and hail and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance. Okay, teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents, and the sword, punishing the wicked to destruction. All right. And that was these people, man. Hey, you don't know. Leviathan might have came over there and tail swiped that bitch. And that shit fucked it all up. Same thing with these women out here. All right. With them, it was the sword. The modern day sword is the gun. Okay. And homeboy that jumped out of the ship, hey, got eaten by a shark. The teeth of wild beasts created for vengeance. All right. Because the Lord had wrath against this one. I don't know why. I don't know his life. I don't know him at all. We don't know. All right, so there's no reason to feel bad for these people at the end of the day. You know, these people could have been doing wicked shit, man. All right, this guy could have been a damn serial killer. You don't know. We don't know. We know the Lord put him to death for whatever reason. The Lord put this guy to death. All right, obviously because he's proud as hell. All right. And all these motherfuckers are proud, living it up off of Jake's suffering and Jake out here feeling sorry for them. No. The Lord put them to death. Hey, it is what it is, man. At the end of the day. And these 41 women, you know, and you're going to have the simps out there that are like, oh, well, you know, these poor women, oh, women this, women that, women shouldn't go through this and that. Hey, women, it is not exempt from judgment. All right? And a lot of these women out here are making men's life very hard. Because the woman was created to be the man's servant. But what is the woman now? Instead of a pillar of rest, she's a pillar of stress. All right? Making life much harder because she's out of order. Yasharallah, she is out of order. You know? And what is 41 women in a prison? Let's keep it real, Yasharallah. What use is 41 women locked up? All right? There is no use for them. At the end of the damn day, the woman is a man's servant. Who's she serving? Nobody. So, hey, it was a good thing for them to be put to death any damn way. All right? Fuck them at the end of the day. All right? And that's not me being prideful. That's my humble opinion at the end of the day. All right? But not really because I know them, but because I know the Lord put them to death. And the Lord is a righteous judge, and that's just how it is, man. That's just how it is. Hey, whoever died being innocent, Yasharallah. Whoever died being innocent. Let's read this. It says, a grisly riot at a woman's prison in Honduras on Tuesday left at least 41 women dead, most burned to death. In the violence, the country's president blamed on Mara street gangs that often wield broad power inside penitentiaries. All right, and we know politicians are full of shit because at the end of the day, that dude's working under the table with those gangs, and he might have been the one that orchestrated that shit. So at the end of the damn day, fuck these politicians, all right? But we filter everything through the scriptures, and what does it say? It says most burned to death, all right? So some of them were shot up, and some of them burned to death. What a horrible death, all right? Does not the scripture say the Lord will come with fire, all right? Because at the end of the day, everybody going to receive their judgment, whether it be now, whether it be later, or whether it be right at the coming of YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, which is Isaiah 66 and verse 15. All right? Which says, which says, "For behold, YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI will come with fire and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI plead with all flesh, and the slain of YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI shall be many." All right, so there you go, Christians. For those of you out there that's saying the Lord changed, he told you twice. First, he told you in the Old Testament, "I do not change." And just in case you didn't believe him, all right, he said he's going to send his son, the one who died for our sins, right, that you say is all about love and kisses. Guess what? He's going to send him back with a sword to fucking kill a good portion of mankind. All right? Like, you can't make this shit up, man. And these Christians out here will still be arguing around about this, man, because at the end of the day, it's not for them to get the scriptures anyway. Why? Because the Father Yahweh has put evil angels on them to be retarded to these scriptures, man. Hey, if you're watching this video right now, you are blessed, because the Lord has not sent his evil angels to make you retarded so that you can't understand this shit. If you understand it plain upon tables, you're blessed of the Lord YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. All right. I just got a couple more to touch out with, Yasharallah, and we're going to go ahead and close it out. Proverbs 6 and 16. Let's get it. All right. "These 6 things doth YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI hate, yea, 7 are an abomination unto him. A proud look." All right. And just to bring this up again, Yasharallah, hey, you could look at all other pictures of this gentleman, all right, of this person, I'd rather say. All right. Hey, proud motherfucker, man. All right. We don't know what he was doing, but we know he was proud. And we know the Lord put proud people to death. All right. Look at all these people over here. Bunch of proud people, man. They got billions of dollars. Hey, we got billions of dollars. Anyone will come rescue us. You know, we got so much money. They'll just come rescue us if anything goes wrong. Yeah, let's go inside of a tin can that don't open, but from the outside, and you gotta loosen 17 goddamn screws all the way around this thing. All right, and let's cheap out. Let's make it out of carbon fiber, which is like glass. All right, and let's just kind of fuck around with it and see what happens. Yeah, I don't really want to spend money on controls. Let me just use this controller I found in my brother's basement. Yeah, let's just use that. Let's just fuck around, put it all together, and go to the bottom of the ocean. What do y'all say? Yeah, let's do it. It's just the ocean. It's not like God is magnificent and created this great thing called the ocean. I mean, man has conquered God and nature and the ocean and space. That's the fucking attitude these people had, man. Proud ass motherfuckers. And YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI put them to death. All right? And same thing with these women, man. We don't even have to go into it for the women, man. The women are out of control. They are completely, absolutely gone. All right? 99% of women are gone. They already, reserved for the day of judgment. All right? Because like the scripture says, wickedness. Here, let's get it real quick. All right, Sirach 25 and 19. "All wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. Let the portion of a sinner fall upon her." All right, let the portion of a sinner fall upon her. Let it be so. Call halal YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. All right, these wicked ass women here, man. All right. And then let's go ahead and finish off. We're going to close it out, Yasharal. We're going to close it out real quick. Don't want to make this video too long. Proverbs 28 and verse 5. For you people that are watching this video scoffing, what does it say? "Evil men understand not judgment, but they that seek YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI understand all things." You see, Yasharallah? All right? If you're evil, you're watching this video thinking, "Oh my God, why would the Lord do that? Isn't the Lord love? I don't understand." Yeah, you don't understand because you're evil, you're wicked. You don't fear YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. You don't seek him. You don't understand his judgments. You don't understand the wickedness of this world. All right, because a lot of us, that's how we got to the truth. We understood that the evil, wicked elites worship the devil. So if the devil must be real, hey, then YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI is real. All right? And once you understand that, you put the puzzle together and you understand, hey, everything that's written in this book is the 100% truth. All right? This is a book of truth, Yasharallah. Evil men understand not judgment, but they that seek YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI understand all things. All things. All right? And Psalms 111 and 10. Let's close it out with that, Yasharallah. The fear of YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI is the beginning of wisdom. A good understanding have all they that do his commandments. His praise endureth forever. You understand that, Yasharallah? All right, fear God and keep his commandments at the end of the day. And you gonna understand everything. You gonna understand everything. That's the key to not being a damn moron in this world, man. Which 99% of people in this place are fucking retarded at the end of the damn day. All right? Psalms 111 and 10. The fear of YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI is the beginning of wisdom. A good understanding have all they that do his commandments. His praise endureth forever. All right, Yasharallah. So with that, I hope this lesson was edifying unto the hopeful elect. All right. Happy Shabbat, by the way. Today is the Sabbath day. All right. Sundown to sundown. Started Saturday sundown till Sunday sundown today. All right. No work to be done. All right. Just a little reminder there. But with that, I hope this lesson was edifying to the hopeful elect. And until next time, I say, Shalom.